It was Friday, the kind of night when city lights bleed into amber and crimson, smears across the rain-soaked pavement. We'd booked a quiet little Italian place, the kind she always gravitated toward. Soft lighting, crisp white tablecloths, a tucked-away corner for couples trying to find their way back to each other. She was late, not dramatically so, but just enough to leave me sitting there with my thoughts. She walked in wearing that navy blue dress I once told her she looked beautiful in. But this time, it wasn't for me. I knew that the moment she crossed the threshold. Her steps were deliberate, as if her mind had already run through every word she was about to say. Still, I smiled, stood up, kissed her cheek. She flinched, barely, but it told me everything. We placed our order, or rather I did. She skimmed the menu without really seeing it, just asked for water. That alone confirmed what I'd already suspected. Still, I let her take the lead. We chatted about nothing in particular. The drizzle earlier that day, someone new at her office, a series she pretended to follow. But I noticed she didn't ask a single thing about me. Twice her phone lit up. She didn't turn it over, didn't even glance, just brushed the screen with her fingertips, like the messages might shatter. Then, somewhere between the garlic bread and the pasta, she straightened up, took a breath, and dropped it. I think we should end this. I'm just not happy anymore. There it was, polished, practiced, tearless, like she'd run lines in front of the mirror. I looked down at my plate, didn't flinch, didn't blink. "All right," I murmured, lifting my wine. She hesitated. That wasn't the script she'd written in her head. Then I smiled. Not because I was relieved or pleased, but because I'd been quietly bracing for this, for weeks now. No sting, no shock. I was already standing on the other side of it. She didn't know that I'd already pieced it all together. "You know," I said, setting the glass down gently, "I always wondered why your perfume smelled different after Thursday nights." I don't have to wonder anymore. Her face flickered, just for a second, but that was all I needed. "Don't worry. This is Patrick, right? The guy who runs your gym? He drives a black Audi and parks in that building on 6th and Marley. You'll stop by after practice." She opened her mouth, but no words came. I leaned in slightly, lowered my voice so only she could hear. "The guy who owns that Airbnb? He's my cousin." Her expression froze, like she'd just bitten down on glass. I reached into my coat pocket, pulled out a slim envelope, and placed it on the table with delicate precision, like it was nothing at all. "It's a copy of the lease for the apartment you're planning to move into next month. The one he helped you find. You left the documents open on your laptop. I'm guessing you were going to wait a while before breaking the news." She didn't say a word, just stared. So I went on. "I signed them for you. Took care of the deposit, too. It's all set. You're free now." For a split second, her expression cracked, but I didn't give her the space to fill the silence. "You don't owe me an explanation," I said, my voice even, steady. "But there's something I think you should hear." I leaned back in my chair, suddenly at ease, like we were two old friends catching up, nothing more. "I never lost you," I said. "You lost me. Somewhere between the late-night excuses and dinners gone cold. You traded something real for a quick fix. That's on you, not me." The waiter returned to clear the glasses, completely unaware of the wreckage at the table. I gave him a nod and a quiet thank you. She didn't lift her eyes from the tablecloth. I stood, pulled a few bills from my wallet, and laid them down to cover the check. "Oh," I added as I buttoned my coat. "One last thing." She finally looked up. "You don't need to worry about Patrick texting you tonight." A beat of silence. I told his wife everything. And just like that, I walked out. never looked back. That night, for the first time in what felt like forever, I actually slept. Peacefully. 3 days slipped by. No calls, no texts, but I knew she'd reach out eventually. Sure enough, on the 4th day, a message popped up. Plain and to the point. "Can we talk?" I didn't open it. Just let it sit there, unread. That night, I found myself walking past the gym. Not because I missed her, not really. I just knew she'd be there, lingering near the entrance, glued to her screen, pretending not to care, while hoping I'd appear. Patrick? He was out of the picture. I made sure of that. His wife showed up at the Airbnb the same night I left the envelope on the table. Keys in one hand, fury in the other. From what I've heard, she caught them red-handed, said nothing. Just calmly dropped his phone into a sangria glass and walked out. Funny how silence can roar louder than any shouted word. I wasn't out for revenge. All I ever wanted was quiet, just a little peace. But peace isn't something that arrives on command. The hardest part was teaching myself to stop dancing to someone else's rhythm. The click of her keys in the door, that off-key humming when she folded laundry, the one lonely sock she always forgot in the dryer. Dumb little habits, mundane stuff. But letting go of the noise, that took time.